Thank you for being here, everyone. In this Backbend warm-up into a workshop, we'll be working on a variety of backbends. Woohoo! So the warm-up will consist of you grabbing your ankles behind you in various positions. And in the workshop part, I'll work on urdhva dhanurasana. I'll also work on hollow back and then grabbing your foot in that hollow back position. So the idea is to really begin to learn, the feeling that you should feel when you're grabbing your foot in back bends. Alrighty, let's begin standing, please. Tadasana, mountain pose. Take your feet hips width and distance. Let your hands drop by your sides. Close your eyes. Just begin to breathe in and out through your nose, feeling the foundation of your feet. Whatever is on the ground, right, your foundation, it's so important to bring your awareness towards it. How your feet touch the ground. Where you feel more weight, the heels or the balls of your feet. And then taking that observation into just a slight bit of adjustment or action, trying to find equal weight between the heels and the balls of your feet. Take a deep inhalation, rising that inhalation from the soles of your feet all the way up to the crown of your head. Open your mouth, sigh it out. Let the shoulders drop, the tension away from the neck and the jaw. And again, inhale even fuller this time. Rising the energy up the spine. Open your mouth, let it go. One more time, inhale. Letting the chest puff up, the collarbones broaden. Open your mouth, let it go. Turn your hands out. Inhale, sweep the arms out to come up. Try not to smack anyone in the face. As you exhale, draw your navel and your ribs in. As you inhale, breathe into the chest and lift the ribs up and forward. Keep that length, even let the chest face up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, lightly draw the navel in. Firm your thighs, firm your glutes, feel the foundation of your feet. Inhale again. Bring the arms back behind you, let the chest rise up high. Turn your hands out as you exhale, forward fold down, drawing the navel in as you go. Inhale to a flat back. Put a little bend in your knees and exhale, fold down. Grab a hold of opposite elbows or sweep your hands behind your back. You can interlace your fingers. Whatever position with your arms that works for you at this moment in the practice. Allowing each breath to do its job. Each inhalation creates a bit more space. In this pose, you really feel the space your inhalations are creating, maybe in the sides of your waist. But can you find that inhalation or expansion across the chest? Each exhalation helps you create stability. Navel in, quads lift, glutes engage. Couple more breaths here. Just begin to lift the sits bones. Let the quads firm up so your legs straighten a bit more. Bring your fingertips underneath your shoulders. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, your your right foot steps back. Right knee comes down. Take your hands to your left knee. Rise up. Now feeling the earth, the ground beneath your left foot, root down through the left heel, even bring more weight forward into it. Good, let the hips sink down just a tad bit more. Now isometrically pull your left foot towards the back of the mat. That should lift the lower belly, that should lift the entire pelvis up just a tad bit more. Now push your arms to straight. So the torso goes back over the pelvis. Draw the ribs in. From here, inhale, sweep the arms out to come up. As you exhale, feel the foundation down through your feet, down through that right knee. Now, same thing we did in Tadasana. Inhale, lift the chest. Feel each vertebra of the spine getting longer, getting taller. Each exhalation, the navel draws in. Now, one more breath. Inhale, lift your chest up and over the shoulder blades. Turn your hands out, sweep the hands down. Step your left knee back into tabletop position. Knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, hands shoulders distance. Grip the mat with your fingertips. Push down through the base knuckles. Push down so much so, take a deep inhalation. As you exhale, you round, draw your chin to your chest. Now, as you inhale, first, start with the chest and the head, beginning to look forward, gazing forward slowly. Draw the shoulder blades down, feel the back body engage. Bring the shoulder blades together, then let the sits bones rise up. Good, exhale, round. One more time, inhale, find that back bend. Pull the mat towards your feet with your hands. Exhale, round. Keep the navel drawing in. Just inhale to a neutral spine. Send your right leg back behind you, tuck your toes under. Come up onto your left fingertips, gazing down. Keep pushing down through your right hand so that right shoulder blade protracts just a little bit. Ribs, navel in. Now inhale, reach your left arm forward. Palm facing the midline, back of the neck nice and long. Keep your ribs in, keep that protraction of the right shoulder blade. Begin to point your right toes, lift your right leg up. A little bird dog here. Now bend your right knee. Flex your right foot. Lift your right heel up a little bit higher as you adduct firm the inner thighs in. Turn your left palm out towards the left and sweep your left hand behind your back. If you can't reach that left foot, point the toes and pull the right foot, pull the heel in just a little more and grab a hold of that right foot with your left hand. Now first, let your chest drop down so that right shoulder blade draws down the back. Think about doing cow. Look forward towards the front of the mat. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Now, point your right toes, lift your right heel up as high as you can. Press your right shin back behind you. Take a deep inhalation here. As you exhale, left hand down, right knee towards your nose. Tuck your left toes under. Keep your right knee, right thigh in towards your chest. Lift your left knee up, slowly peel back into your downward facing dog, but keep your right knee, right thigh in towards your chest. How far back can you push your hips? How far up can you push your hips in this position? Press the chest back more like you're in down dog Colette. Then inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Bend the knee. Take a moment here to ground your left heel down into the mat. It doesn't matter if it actually touches the mat, but it's grounding down. Square your shoulders. Press your outer left hip back a bit so you neutralize your left femur. Lift your right knee up a little bit higher. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Left knee comes down. Inhale, rise up, Anjane. As you exhale, really feel the foundation underneath you. Bring the weight into your right heel. Then rise the energy up from the mat, up through your right leg. Isometrically pull the right foot towards the back of the mat. Feel how that firms from the inner thighs all the way up the spine. Draw your navel in. Take a deep breath in and lift your heart up. Lean the chest back, feeling the obliques, the side body supporting you here, the back muscles creating that extension of the spine. Lift up a little bit higher. Exhale, bring your hands down, step your left foot forward and fold in Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up towards standing. Exhale, hands towards your heart. Feet still hips distance. Bring your hands by your side. Inhale, sweep the arms out to come up. Let the chest lift. As you exhale, root down through your feet. Draw the navel in, firm the glutes, the inner thighs. As you inhale, expand the chest and lift your heart up high, letting the arms reach back behind you. Turn your hands out. Exhale, forward folding down, keeping the navel in to support. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, left foot steps back. Left knee comes down onto the ground. Take your hands onto your right knee. Now, lean forward just slightly so you feel this weight of the hands pushing your right heel down. Okay? Bend into the right knee a little bit more. Let the hips drop just a tad. Feeling the left hip flexors, maybe even into the groins, begin to stretch. Now, finding this isometric action. Pull the right foot to the back of the mat. Notice how that lifts from the base of the pelvis up just slightly. Even feel the ball of your left foot push down, helping you firm the hips. Then inhale, sweep the arms out to come up. As you exhale, navel in. Turn the pinkies slightly back. That'll help to externally rotate the upper arm bones and create some space for you here. The shoulder blades, they can draw down the back just a bit as we create this back bend. Inhale, breathe into the chest. Lean the arms back, lift the chest. Think about each inhalation lengthening between each vertebra of the spine. Just a little more. Exhale, sweep your hands down towards the mat. Step your right foot back into tabletop position. Inhale. Exhale, round into your cat. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees just a centimeter off the ground. Beautiful. Put your knees down. Inhale, cow. Point your toes, lift your heels towards your butt. As tight as you can. Good, 3 more like that. Exhale, round. Tuck the toes under, lift the knees just a centimeter. Put your knees down. Inhale, peel the chest open. Pull the heels up towards the toes. Good, 2 more. Round, lift your knees just a little bit. Feel the protraction, the navel draws in. Inhale, back bend in the upper body. Really pull the heels up. You can tap your butt. Good. Good, feet come down. Tops of the feet. Exhale, round. Then inhale to a neutral spine. Step your left foot back, tuck the toes under. Now from here, really feeling the left shoulder blade begin to protract. This is going to help you balance. This is going to be like your kickstand, or really even more like your foundational pillar here, that left hand. Come up onto the right fingertips. Keep pushing down through the left hand so you feel the protraction of the left shoulder blade. Reach your right arm forward. Draw the ribs in. Point your left toes and lift your left leg off the ground. Observe what that does to the midsection, right? If you're bending a bit too much, right, draw the ribs in. Now point your left toes. Begin to pull the left heel towards the left glute slowly. Pull it in as tight as you can. Turn that right palm out. Reach back with that right hand. Grab a hold of what you can. Now, before you do anything, drop your chest down and feel the left shoulder blade retract and depress down the back. Now push your left shin back into that right hand. Lift the left toes up and peel the heart, the chest, the gaze forward and maybe even up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down, left knee towards your nose. Pull the left knee in, the left thigh in as tight as you can. Tuck your right toes under and very slowly lift your right knee up, back into downward facing dog. Find that place where you feel down dog in the upper body. You feel that right heel really pressing down, but that gap between the left thigh and the chest is closing. That's it, Diana. Beautiful job. Inhale, reach your left leg up and back, bend the knee. As you open the front of that left hip, your right thigh bone stays neutral. It doesn't internally rotate. This way you're creating stability in the foundation, in the anchor of the pose. And that lift of the left leg is just icing on the cake. Vegan icing. Inhale. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Bring your right knee down onto the ground. Rise up into Anjaneyasana. As you exhale, bend a bit deeper. Firm the inner thighs into one another. As you inhale, breathe space into the chest. Lean back, but lift the chest up as you lean back. A little higher, a little higher. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold, front of the mat. Inhale, rising all the way up towards standing. Exhale, hands to your heart center. From here, sweep the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers. Press your palms together. Okay. As you squeeze the palms together, think about drawing the shoulder blades towards one another. With our back bends, there are 3 things going on. There's shoulder blade retraction. So retract, draw the shoulder blades together. There is depression, so as you reach the knuckles down, the shoulder blades draw down. Now, in order to create that space and that elevation or that extension of the spine, you really want to think about elongating. So as you do this, retract, depress, lift the chest up. That's the third piece that creates the expansion. I love you. Inhale, lift your chest up a little bit higher. Exhale, navel in. Inhale, lift the chest up higher. If your chest is so high that it invites the head up, do so. Maybe you lift up higher and it becomes more like a drop back. Keep the legs strong. Firm the thighs together. Maybe look at the person behind you. Navel in, exhale, folds. Now just take a moment to assess. If your head was dropped back and if you were to talk in that position and it was like, right? Maybe you shouldn't drop your head back. Dropping your head back is kind of like the extra piece that happens when your chest is so high up that it invites, right? The thoracic spine is so open, it invites the cervical spine to be in the same position. Sweep your hands down towards the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step your right foot back. Bring your right knee down onto the ground. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, turn your hands out, sweep your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, press your palms together. Now, same thing here. Your foundation is going to be the most important. So push down through the left heel, firm the thighs together, get the legs strong. Now squeeze the hands together and bring the forearms in towards one another. That'll create your shoulder blade retraction. Now reach the knuckles down towards the ground. You'll see that depression happens. But without the extension of the spine, you just go back like this. No fun. So first lift the chest up. Breathe into it. Then begin to lean back, keeping the weight in your left heel. Release your index fingers and see if you can tap the ground underneath your pelvis. Beautiful job. Then some of you can inhale, reach the arms up and back in that same back bend position. Exhale, right hand comes down, navel in, left arm up towards the sky. Draw your ribs in. Spin that left shoulder open, more open than the left palm. Tuck your right toes under. Lift your right knee up off the ground. Spin to the pinky toe edge of your right foot, flip your dog over. Step your left foot behind you. Now feel the right hand pushing down the pinky toe edge of the right foot. Lift your chest up as high as you can. Same thing, breathe a deep inhalation into your chest. Elongate the spine. Some of you can tickle the ground with the left hand underneath your head. Almost there, Crystal. Good. Exhale, plank pose. Feet hips distance. Hands underneath your shoulders. Even though your hands and feet are apart, can you feel both hands and feet adducting into one another? Zipping up all the way from the midline, up to the center, or really the center of your collarbones. Inhale, shift forward to the very tips of your toes. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, nice and slow. Draw your shoulder blades down the back, your ribs in, squeeze the elbows in, all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Bring your hands just slightly forward, more than usual. Pull your hands down towards your feet. Draw the shoulder blades down. And then inhale, breathe into the chest to lift your chest up. So just getting familiar with what the shoulder blades are doing, right? As you pull your hands back, the shoulder blades draw down. As you squeeze your elbows in, your shoulder blades draw together. Now breathe into the chest and expand. Lift up a little bit higher. Nice. Exhale, lower down. Move the hands back underneath your elbows. Push down firmly through the tops of your feet and point your toes. Begin to lift the knees off the ground. Inhale, lift up into upward facing dog. Okay. Knees, pelvis off the ground. Put a little bend in your elbows. Now, same thing. I want you to squeeze your elbows in to find shoulder blade retraction. Now, push through your hands to straighten your arms and draw the shoulder blades down. Good. Now, smile. Inhale fully, breathe into the chest. Move the shoulder tips back. And if your thoracic spine invites the cervical spine to bend in the back, look up. Navel in, exhale, plank pose. Draw your right knee towards your nose and begin to push yourself up and back into that 3-limb down dog, but with the right knee in towards your chest, just like we did on the other round. Right knee into the chest. Now, with your right knee in your chest like this, I want you to feel your right hand super stable. Feel the index finger knuckle pushing down. Feel that right shoulder blade begin to elevate slightly as you push. The ribs on the right side draw in. Come up onto your left fingertips. Some of you can come up onto your left index fingers. Some of you can just take your left hand back next to your left hip. Ooh, there's a little trick here that really helps with this. Put your left hand down. Come up onto the ball of your left foot and spin your left heel in towards the midline, kind of like you're doing a warrior one. Good. Now bring your left hand next to your left hip. So as you push with your right hand, you push into the pinky toe edge of your left foot. Lift your right leg up and bend the knee. Reach your right foot towards your left hand. Grab a hold of the foot. Now before you do anything else, begin to shift your right shoulder towards plank pose. Now push your right shin back. Lift your right toes up and let your chest follow. Just like up dog. A little more. Inhale. Exhale. Plank pose. Right knee to nose. Step your right foot forward. Left knee comes down. Inhale. Rise up into your Anjane. As you exhale, feel the foundation. Bend into the right knee. As you inhale, lift your chest up. Lean back over the shoulder blades. Breathe space into the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, rising all the way up towards standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Sweep your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers. So I talked a lot about the chest rising up, those 3 actions. That's really important, right? Especially that third action of lengthening the spine. So watch first, this is what I mean. This is what not to do. So if I were to talk in this position, I would sound like the Godfather. Right? Because what I'm doing is not creating that extension in the thoracic spine to invite my head back. So if you're bending really tightly at the back of your cervical spine, back bends are going to hurt your neck. So instead, you can try it with me. Elbows in to retract the shoulder blades, knuckles down to depress the shoulder blades. Now, inhale into the chest, lift the chest up, feel the feet firm down. Hug the inner thighs in and engage the outer glutes in. Now, inhale again, breathe into the chest. And as I go back, you'll notice that my voice, it stays the same, right? I'm looking back, even my hands are close towards the back of my knees, even though it's harder to breathe. I think I still feel the same. Exhale, folding down. Sweep your hands down towards the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, right foot steps back. Right knee comes down. Inhale, rising it up. Oops, sorry, switch legs. Pew, pew. Left foot steps back. Left knee comes down. Inhale, rising up. The problem with Serious C is remembering what you're doing. Exhale, sweep your hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers, press the palms together. Now you know where we're going with this. You can release those index fingers down. Feel your foundation. Let there be a bounciness to it. Even though you're bending into the right knee, you're squeezing the inner thighs together. Now inhale, breathe into the chest. Lift your heart up, lean back. Maybe the index fingers touch, or you tuck the index fingers in and the knuckles touch. Then reach your arms back next to your head. Exhale, bringing your hands down onto the mat, or left hand down, right arm up towards the sky. Drawing your ribs in, allowing this to be a really beautiful counter to that pretty deep back bend. Tuck your right toes or left toes under. Spin to the pinky toe edge of your left foot and flip your dog over. Lift your heart up high. Feel the power coming from that left hand, rising up through the left arm. The shoulder blade on that left side, it draws down the back. Then begin to spin your chest open towards the sky. Feel your left hand pushing down. Lift the chest up higher. Tickle the ground with your right fingertips. Inhale. Exhale, plank pose. Whew. Feet hips distance. Hands shoulders width. Even though they're apart, you're feeling that adduction. Squeeze the hands together. See what it does. The pecs turn on. Then as you squeeze the legs together, you should feel that entire front line of your torso firming in. Then inhale, shift to the tips of your toes. As you bend the elbows, feel the shoulder blades draw down the back, Chaturanga Dandasana. All the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. From here, inhale, straighten your arms. No, upward facing dog. Like this. Your hips and thighs stay down. Just straighten your arms with your hips and thighs down. Okay, so a variation. If you feel like your hands are forward and it's not very yummy because your shoulders are forward, move the hands back and turn them out. Okay. So notice if you're externally rotating your femurs. We don't want that. Neutralize the femurs by rolling the inner thighs up. But keep the knees down, the knees bent. Now put a little bend in your elbows. Feel the index finger tip grip and the index knuckles grip down. Now from here, squeeze the elbows in. Feel the shoulder blades retract. Then push into the hands and draw the shoulder blades down. Draw your navel in. Pull the hands towards your feet. Lift the chest up more. Keep neutralizing the femurs. Now, charge up the legs. Lift the knees and the thighs up off the ground. Pull your chest back even more. Good. Exhale, plank pose. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Slowly press your chest back, your hips back into that 3-limb down dog, but left knee into your chest. Rise up onto the ball of your right foot. Spin the pink or the blade inside edge of that right foot down. Feel your left hand really pressing down into the mat. Elevate the left shoulder blade. Take your right hand, come up onto your fingertips. Maybe onto the tip of the index fingers. Then the right hand goes back behind you. Grab a hold of your left foot. Once you get it, shift your left shoulder almost over the wrist, kind of like a plank pose. Then keep the energy in that left hand as you push your left shin back, maybe even up. Now begin to up dog in your chest. Let the head rise up so that you look forward. Lift your chest up higher, push your left leg back. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to chest, step your left foot forward. Right knee comes down, inhale, rise up. As you exhale, feel the stability here in your legs. Inhale, lift your heart up. Leaning back as if you could just drop your hands right back down next to your right foot. Navel in, exhale, step forward, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up towards standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Balancing on your left foot, bring your right knee into your chest. Feel your left foot do a little dance, calibrates a bit. Make sure the left foot still points directly forward. The left foot, the standing leg. Lift the left quad up, engage the left glutes. Then bend your right knee towards being parallel to the left. Grab a hold of your right foot behind you with your right hand. Bring your left hand to your chest, kind of like Pledge of Allegiance or feeling your heartbeat. Then tip forward so that your chest or your ribs end up in line with your pelvis. Your right knee lifted up in line with the pelvis as well. Now from here, press your right leg back into your right hand. Feel how that peels the chest open. Now flex your right foot and lift your right heel up as high as you can. Stretch your left arm forward. Good. Now lift the chest up, but try to lift your right heel as high as your head. Inhale, exhale, release. Shake it out. Stand on your right foot. Pull your left knee into your chest, hands at your heart. Take a moment to feel the balance happen. First, naturally, your right foot does a little calibration, but typically the right knee will bend to try to find that balance. Lift your right kneecap up so that the quadriceps turn on to straighten the leg, and then hug your hips or your glutes in towards the midline. Then bring your right hand to your heart, your left hand by your side. Point the left toes and bring your left knee down parallel to the right. Pull the left heel in to feel the hamstring engage. Grab a hold of the foot. Tip forward with the chest till the ribs are in line with the pelvis. Bring your left knee up in line with the pelvis as well. Then push your left shin back behind you, just like dhanurasana. Lift the toes up just a tad bit higher. Then look forward. Stretch your right arm forward. Good. Lift the toes up higher, but lift the chest as the shin on that left side pulls back. Inhale. Exhale, release. Shake it out. Whew, it's hot in here. All right, feet hips distance, hands by your side. Now, a lot of us, we're not doing drop backs today, but just for fun, I'll show you something that we do. When we drop back, we tend to do this, and then we go like this. And we take the arms back, and just try that real quick. Go back a bit and take your arms up. See how heavy your arms become as they go back behind you? So instead of doing that, we'll just try this as an exercise. As the chest goes up and you begin to go back, the arms just go around. Okay? Try it. Hands by your side. Lift the chest up. Feel the weight in the heels. You could even bring your knees forward a bit, leaning back, and see if the arms can go up and around. Nope, not up. Around. Good. And then stand up. Navel in. Again. Hands by your side, knees forward just a bit, lift the chest up, and the arms go around, out to the side, draw navel in, stand up. Good. 2 more like that. Knees forward, chest back, arms up and around, stand up. Woo, there you go, 1 more. Bend the knees, lift the chest, inhale, arms up and around. Stand up, squeeze in. Good. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward folding all the way down. Inhale to a flat back. Step back, plank pose. Shift forward to the very tips of your toes. Exhale, slow chaturanga. Feel the elbows squeeze in, the shoulder blades draw down. Feel the grip and the grit that it takes to hold it all the way to the belly. Woo. Sweep your hands behind your back. Grab your ankles. Grab from the outside to the inside, so your fingernails face the inside. If you can grab your ankles better than the tops of the feet, try flexing your feet here to get your hands down to your ankles. Firm the thighs into one another. Now, keep the knees down, push the shins back to peel the chest up. Keep the knees down. Keep the knees down. Oh, how hard that is. Power up those legs. You're using your quads here to keep your knees down. That's it. Push the shins back more. Peel the chest up. Take a deep breath in. Lift and expand the chest. Exhale, lower down. Release your feet. Turn to the right side of your face and shake your pumpkins. For my and Claudine's viewing pleasure. Lots of beautiful pumpkins in here. Turn to the other side of your face. Shake your tush. Say hi to someone if you catch eyes. Come to your forehead. Sweep your hands behind you, bend your knees, grab your ankles if possible. Same thing just to begin. Keep your knees down, flex your feet, push the shins back. Power of the legs, lifting the chest up. Now, feet flexed, lift the heels up. Using a bit more power of the shins, pushing back to keep the chest up. Now point your toes. You're engaging the backside a bit more. Lift the toes up higher. Lift the chest up. Inhale. Exhale, release. Turn to one side of your face. Shake your butt. Say hi, good morning. Turn to the other side of your face. Shake your butt. Say hi, good morning. Rise up into Sphinx position. So with Sphinx, I find it a little bit easier to have my elbows slightly more narrow than my shoulders and my hands turned out a tad. The elbows slightly forward of the shoulders also helps. Okay. Pull the hands back towards your feet. And I want you to really feel again how the actions of your arms can dictate the shoulder blade position. So as you push down through your elbows, watch how the shoulder blades draw down. Yeah. Now in this position, since the elbows are forward of the shoulders, isometric pulling of the hands towards your feet will bring the shoulder blades together. That's it. Inhale, lift the chest. Some of you can come up onto your fingertips and straighten your arms. But remember, the squeezing of the tush, the external rotation of the thigh bones will push your pubic bone down. That's painful. If you're a man, it's more than the pubic bone pushing down. And it will press into the sacrum. So neutralize the femurs. You could even crawl in a little bit more. Some of you can even lift your toes up towards your head. Exhale, releasing down, back onto the forearms. Bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand, grab the inside of the foot. Now the idea is to bring your pelvis back down to the mat, to pull your right shoulder back, and pull the left heel in even tighter. Once you get the palm of your hand to the top of the foot, spin the fingers around and reach the fingers over the toes. Left elbow faces up. If you want to take it further, bring the chest down, right fingertips underneath the shoulder, and you push yourself up. Yeah, deeper stretch in the hip flexors. Don't break anything. Inhale. Exhale, releasing down. Now, we're going to work towards something here. Take your right arm across your body, palm facing up. And just lie down with your chin over your right bicep, your left arm forward. You can release your left leg back. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Now from here, we'll take it a little deeper. Come up onto your left fingertips. And just slide the right arm to the left a little more so you're higher up and more in a twist on that right shoulder. So when you take it deeper, it's just taking the stretch from the medial or posterior deltoids, maybe towards the external rotators or the scapular muscles. Okay. Now from here, come up onto the right fingertips again. Tuck your right shoulder under a bit more, so you're kind of twisted. Your chest is open, but your pelvis is not. Bend your left knee again. Use your left hand to pull the left foot in. Now, come up onto the right elbow and reach for the left foot with the right hand. Okay, so I'm gonna use the leverage. Sorry, Alexi. He's like, it's there, I promise. Can we get him a strap? Claudine, thank you so much. Now, bend your right knee and grab your right ankle with your left hand. Okay, now push your left shin back and lift your right shoulder off the ground. Come onto the right elbow. Yes, good, little Instagram dhanurasana, little funky dhanurasana. Lift up higher, onto the right elbow, right shoulder off the ground. That's it, inhale. Exhale, release. Oy vey. Well, Instagram dhanurasana, right? Because your face is facing the camera. Oh, this feels so good. Really, you're like, and take a deep breath. Okay, back up onto the forearms. Bend your right knee. Grab a hold of your right foot. Okay, so right now, when you hold on to the right foot, the right hip is lifted. The idea is to pull the right foot in more so you can bring the right hip bone down onto the mat. Then turn the fingers around, push the right heel down, right elbow up. If you want more, bring the chest all the way down, fingertips underneath your left shoulder, peel yourself up. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Take your left arm across the body. Palm facing up or down, really just depends on what feels best. Right arm forward, sandwich that left bicep. The more weight you can press down with your head or even your chest onto the arm, the deeper the stretch is going to be if that's where you want to go with it. There's no weird, sharp pain going on. Come up onto your right fingertips. Just slide that left arm over a bit more. Now you know where we're going, right? So just opening into the back of that shoulder. If you don't feel enough, you can push into your right hand a bit and kind of press the left shoulder down, but at the same time, press your right armpit down. Really sandwiching. Yeah, right armpit. Yeah, really sandwiching. Come up onto your right fingertips and just turn so that your chest faces to the right, but your pelvis does not. Bend your right knee, reach back with the right hand, grab the foot, pull it in, grab a hold of it with your left hand. So grab your right foot with your left hand, then grab a hold of your left foot with your right hand. The leverage here, you have to push through your left elbow and push back through your left shin to lift yourself up. That's it. Push to the left elbow, Jelly. Left elbow's not on the ground. Jelly. Left elbow down. Yes. And lift yourself up from there. Inhale. Smile. And exhale, release. Oy vey. Take your hands underneath your elbows. Push down firmly through the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift up, upward facing dog. Like you like it, you love it. You love up dog, pull the shoulder tips back. Inhale, navel in, exhale, downward facing dog. Oh. Just a mild down dog, especially if you feel like, whew, those back muscles were working extra hard. You can tip the feet from side to side here. Bring the feet together, tip them from side to side, waggling your hips. Bring your feet together. Look forward. Inhale, rise to your toes. Bend your knees. Exhale, jump through to seated and lie down onto your back. Bend your knees, feet hips width and distance, and try to get your shins in a nice straight line from the tops of the knees down to the tops of your feet. Lift your hips up, bridge pose. Interlace your fingers underneath your body. Work from shoulder to shoulder to come high up onto the tips of your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, expand your chest. As you exhale, draw your ribs down towards your frontal hip points. Firm the thighs together, a little bit of adduction. Now feel the energy rooting down through your heels. Lift the hips up higher. Firm the glutes. Lift your right leg up towards the sky. You could even pull your right knee into your chest. Tell your booty, you got this. Now, inhale, lift the hips up higher. Feel the left heel root down even more. As you exhale, your hips come down onto your arms. Hips all the way down. Good. Then inhale, lift up. Push down through that left heel, lift up higher. Good. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Feel the glutes, the hamstrings on the left side engage. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up as high as you can. Reach your right toes up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. You're halfway there. 5 more. Inhale, lift up. Smile. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one. Inhale, lift. Hold it. Reach your right leg forward in line with the left. Woo-hoo! Bend your right knee. Put your right foot down. Push down through the right heel. Lift your left leg up. Haha, it's not over. Point your left toes. Even if the left knee is bent, that's fine. Push down through the right heel. Firm the right thigh into the midline. Lift your hips up higher. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, lift. 1. Feel your butt. Inhale, lower, not act. Exhale, lift. Feel your butt. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift higher. Good. Inhale, lower. Lift it up as high as you can. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Inhale, smile. Exhale, lift. Inhale, last one. Exhale, lift. Straighten the left leg in line with the right knee. Say, woo! Feeling it. Bend your left knee. Put the left heel down. Lift the hips up. Plant the hands next to your head. Rise up to the crown of your head. Firm the thighs into one another. Draw the navel in. Turn your hands out a bit. Rise your head up off the ground. Feel the heels of your hands root down. Begin to push your chest between the gateway of the shoulders, feeling more weight in the hands. Some of you can straighten your legs. If your legs are straight, you can walk your feet in, getting tighter, tighter, bringing more weight into the heels of your hands. Inhale, expand the chest. Walk the feet back out. Exhale, lower down. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Let your knees drop in. Take your hands by your side. Let yourself marinate in your sweat, in what felt good and what didn't. It's all behind you. Pull your knees in towards your chest. Gently, slowly, just feeling out the back body as it lengthens. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. Roll to the right side. You can stretch your right arm up and use it as a pillow. Just let your left hand graze the ground and close your eyes. Regulate your breathing. Softening your breathing. With the eyes lower closed, gently press yourself up to seated. Just sit in a comfortable seat for a brief moment, feeling what the body offered you in this practice. With every practice, I always try to walk away with at least one thing, whether it be peaceful mind or something for my asana practice, realization within my body. And just one thing, not everything the teacher said or offered, just one. Take a deep breath in. Sigh it out. And open your eyes. Welcome to the Backbend workshop, yogis. Hopefully you're warm. And we're going to start the first skills and drills. So with workshops, there's a warm-up and then always some sort of presenting a skill or a pose, a transition, that's a skill, and then drills to getting towards that skill or pose or transition. And the first one is going to be urdhva dhanurasana. How many of you are challenged with this pose? Yes, and I'm sure those watching at home feel the same. It's not easy, right? Because when the arms start to go overhead and you start to bend at the wrist, it's very, very difficult to keep your humerus in a neutral position. And that's what causes either pain in the shoulder because we end up in internal rotation. Handstand's hard enough, but imagine that, take your arms up. This is handstand back much, much further. So it's even harder. We'll start with a couple of ways to understand how to get into it. Now, when we do this as a child, you guys can come on up so you can see. when we do this as a child, because a lot of us are like, oh, well, I did this when I was a kid, and I could fall from handstand down into this, and it was so easy, and now it's so difficult. Well, it's been many years you've been in your habitual body, right? So you're not a child anymore, so give yourself that. When you are a child, or when you're also gifted, in a sense, sometimes with a bit more mobility, right? The body just goes, mind goes path of least resistance. How do I lift my hips up? I just really externally rotate because I bypass the tightness in the front of the hips, and then the pubic bone becomes the pinnacle of the pose. You're in this position, usually the hands are turned in slightly, and you're wondering why your lower back hurts, your shoulders hurt because you're in internal rotation, that hurts my neck, and your wrists hurt because all of the weight is going into the outer wrists. If your pose looks like that, know that no wonder why it hurts and it feels restricted. We did bridge lifts, and then we went straight into that urdhva dhanurasana. Did anybody feel like, oh, wow, I've never felt that empowered in this pose? Because what you want to do, what are you doing in this pose? You're opening the front of the body, elongating, right? The back of the body is where all of the power comes from. Yeah, but when we externally rotate our thighs and we go up, we're only using our glutes. We're bypassing all of the amazing things like the hamstrings, the co-contraction of the quads, right? So if you have lower back pain in this pose, I would suggest doing a few bridge lifts before you go into it. Step 1, adduction of the thighs is going to be really important, as we know, right? Engaging the adductors, the quads, the hamstrings, and the glutes as simultaneously as possible is going to help you support your pelvis. And essentially, you're lifting your pelvis in this pose, okay? I will show you guys how to make this a little bit more accessible. So the skill is your urdhva. This is the drill. Who would like to come and do it? Come on up. What are your struggles with this pose? Anything? Pain? Discomfort? No? Okay, good. That makes it easier, but we'll try. Just lay back. I want her to start in a nice position with bridge. So as a teacher, I'm looking that her feet are hips width. The tendency for the feet to be slightly forward, I find it's fine, but I want her to be able, when she lifts her hips, try it now, lift your hips. Do you feel stable down through the heels? Good. So as long as she feels stable, put your feet forward again. If she were to lift her hips here, that wouldn't be very stable, not for most practitioners. That seemed pretty stable for you though. Okay, so she lifts her hips up. I want to make sure this isn't happening. She's really adducting. That looks good. Then, tuck your hair in, honey. So what this drill does is it takes out that extension of the wrist. The extension of the wrist does make this harder, and you'll see how it takes it out. I bring my toes almost in line with her shoulder tips, and I want to make sure that my ankles are just as wide as her shoulders. If I know she's a bit tighter, so I can ask, can you straighten your arms in this pose?
Like this way, or?
Like when you're up there on your own? Are your arms straight? Not completely. So I'll just step back a little bit. The tighter they are, the more space you want to give them. She brings her hands onto the tops of my feet with her thumb webbing wrapping around the ankle, and I want you to practice really pushing me down. Yes. Let's go down a bit. Yeah, make sure that your index finger wraps underneath the bone on the ankle, okay? She's pushing down, she's squeezing her elbows in. Lift your hips up. Good, now from here, pushing down, I'll help her rise up to the crown of her head. You can be on the crown of your head as long as you're pushing down through your hands and your feet more. Good, now from here, slowly begin to push me down and lift your head up. Not so slow, but that's okay. Now from here, try to neutralize your shoulder blades on your back. Beautiful job. Then push me down even more. Press your chest towards my legs. Good. Bringing the weight more over her wrists. Now I can help her even elongate the lower back, draw the navel in. I can pull her in towards me even more. I can roll her thighs down. Does that feel nice? Walk your feet in a bit towards me. Ooh, tightening this up. Navel in. There's nothing wrong with deepening a pose as long as it feels okay. Good. Walk your feet forward. I hold on to her shoulders and slowly help her chin to chest. Down. Wow, that was really beautiful. How did that feel?
It was good, but I had pain here.
So did we see why she has pain there? No. She'll do it again. This is what her stomach looked like. And a lot of times when we're back bending, we forget that it's not the problem with the word back bend is that visually we think the back is bending. Really, it's back extension. We want to try to create space, especially in the lumbar. And what is bending is the thoracic spine. That's why it's this shape and not this shape. When the pubic bone rises too high, it's this shape, lots of pain in the lumbar spine. When you're here, it's the knees bent that create one side of the curve and the chest pushing back that creates the other. Did the lower back pain come when I pushed you tighter?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I moved my legs closer.
That makes sense. So don't move your legs that close, yeah? Just keep the navel in and you'll be fine. You guys want to try this? Good, let's get this. And the idea is if you don't have pain, you can tighten up a bit more, see how much more chest opening you can get. And you can also just stay where you feel like, okay, I'm getting a nice opening in the chest and in the front of the body. Try it out, and then we'll move into something else. What we're working towards is coming into hollow back at some point in our life, maybe freestanding and grabbing the foot. And this is what it looks like without the wall. Let's just pray the mic doesn't hit me in the head. A little mic pack. Does it look like it's gonna fall? No, right? Okay, so first step to this is finding your hollow back. You can find it any way you like. I'm going to find it in the stag position. And this is bringing the chest through. What does this look like? Urdhva dhanurasana, right? Then I use the strength of my hamstrings, the length of my hip flexors to grab my little toe. Woo! And then release. This is urdhva dhanurasana on your forearms. Dvipada viparita dandasana. Feels great. And then one day you'll be able to pop right back. All right, so we're working towards that. It's easier than you think at the wall. That one is pretty fucking hard. But it feels good. Now let's go look at it at the wall over here. All right, so again, the skill is grabbing your foot. There are so many drills to get towards grabbing your foot. You need to be a leg's distance from the wall because in a moment you're going to bring your legs overhead. And a lot of us don't set up this far because we get scared. But then when you come into the back bend, you're going to be way too close. You're going to be, oh, I can't breathe. Okay? So where my creases of my hips are where the wrist creases go. And if you're scared as you go over, then your partner, like a check-in buddy, can just help you get your foot to the wall. First, I'll do it in slow-mo, what it looks like. Dolphin pose. I walk in, my forehead, I like to bring my forehead to my thumbs. Lift the leg up, okay? Hop up, and the slow-mo looks like this. As I bring this leg to the wall, my head comes through. Most of us will look like this. Yeah. That's the realistic variation. Now from there, elbows squeeze in. Feet to the wall, knees bent. Neutralize your femurs and then straighten your legs. Push your chest through the gateway of your shoulders, of your elbows, head relaxed. Now you can go straight from here. I prefer come down and do a little dvipada viparita dandasana just to open your chest. Or go straight into bend one leg and use the hamstrings to bring the foot to your hand. And your partner can help you do that too, because a lot of times we're like, where is it? Where is it? And it's like way past your hand. And then if you so choose, you grab the foot and you can pull your head up. Oh, that feels good. Okay, make sure to do both sides. Okay, and it's here, it's lowering almost the knee down past, you can even bend this leg and then push it to straight. Okay, when you come off the wall, bend both knees, pull one leg to the chest, and kick. You don't want to end up midway somewhere and off to the side. Okay, we got it? Partner up if you know you're scared and getting to the wall, and try this expansive, empowering pose. Enjoy. Just take a Shavasana shape. You can whisper thank you to your partner. Just let your arms and your legs relax. Feel the tension and the engagement from the back of your body just melt away. Take your hands to your lower belly. Feel the heat of your hands releasing the muscles in the lower back, bringing space in that area. Deep inhalation. Let it go. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze, rock from side to side. Happy baby pose. Grab the pinky toe edges of your feet with your hands. Let's take our elbows to the inner knees. Use the elbows to push the knees out wide. Press your outer hips forward. Lengthen the lower back. Keep doing that as you pull the knees down. Grab the big toes. Straighten the legs out wide. Negotiate some space with your neighbor. We'll do something fun here. This is going to be challenging. Now begin to rock up and down vertically along the length of your spine until you can get all the way up onto your sits bones. Good job. Press the heels out wider. Use your arms to pull the legs out. Slowly bring your legs down and fold. Don't break your heels. Now, if you're more rounded, just sit up and try to create a bit more of an anterior pelvic tilt, right? Sticking the tush back. If you can fold, you want to feel that anterior pelvic tilt. Bring the elbows down, draw the ribs in. You can sway from side to side. Okay, so as yoga teachers, we always think like, oh, get your big toes to face up. What is the purpose of that? Okay, so we want to do something with the femurs, right? We want the femurs to externally rotate, so why are we adjusting the toes? There's the ankle joint, the knee joint, and then the hip joint. So teach it from the hip joint if you want something to happen in the hips. Cool? So what do? What muscles externally rotate? The glutes, so engage your glutes. You don't need to turn the feet. That's actually going to hurt the knees, even hurt the ankles. Squeeze your butt. That creates external rotation. As you squeeze your butt, you could even lengthen the spine a little bit more. Doesn't that feel nice? So much nicer, especially those of you who have knee issues. Engaging the glutes and the quads are really going to help. Now, walk your hands over towards your left foot. Grab a hold of your left foot with both of your hands if possible. Your right sit bone, it wants to lift. Pull, root it down, and pull your head towards your left toes. Inhale. Exhale, fold over that left leg. This is just way too much. You can turn it into a Janu Shirsasana, so bend your right knee in towards the inner left thigh and fold that way. The more your right hand can move towards the outside of your left foot, the deeper the stretch is going to be in the right side erectors. You use those quite a lot. So we're not opening just yet, yeah. Inhale. Exhale a bit deeper. All right, now just for fun, take a look up here. My left elbow will go to the inside of my left knee, maybe even the shoulder, okay? And you can always just take the right arm up and over the ear and stay here. If you can get your left shoulder to the inside, you hold on to the pinky toe edge of your left foot with your right hand and just begin to lie down on your back. Your right leg reaches forward, so it's a nice compass pose. On your back, really stretching into the right side obliques, all the way up the right entire sideline. Now, how do you get back up? You lift your right leg up and you kick it down. Oh, my mic fell off. Down to come right back into the pose. Back, back through center, over towards the right side. Same thing here. Grab a hold of your right foot with both of your hands to deepen the stretch on the left side, back body, left hand to the outside of your right foot. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, pull your forehead down. And again, if it's just too much, you can do the same thing in a Janushirasana shape. Sole of the left foot to the right inner thigh. That left sits bone, it wants to lift. Keep it rooting down. And if it's really hard for you to do that, your right hand can come on the ground next to your right foot and push back so the left sits bone roots down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold a bit deeper. Right elbow or right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Left arm up and overhead. And if you did it on the other side, your right shoulder comes down. Grab a hold of the pinky toe edge of your right foot with your left hand and just roll back onto your back. Straighten the left leg. Don't kick Corolla, Jess. So straighten your left leg, Irene, forward and down. Left leg, yeah. So now you get a hip flexor stretch as well. Ooh. This is an interesting one, Jackie. Yeah. There. That arm needs to go behind you and grab the foot. Yeah, now you feel that side body stretch. Yeah. Left leg up, kick down, back into Upavishta Konasana. Back through center. Inhale, rising up. Grab a hold of your outer knees with your hands. Bring the soles of your feet together. Grab a hold of the pinky toe edges of your feet and rock back onto your back. Oh, these mics. Like to the side here. In your Baddha Konasana on your back. Okay, first, head down. Push the knees out wide and bring your toes to tap the forehead. Don't lift your head. Head back. Toes to tap the forehead. Doesn't have to go there. Then bring your feet towards the center of your chest and pull down as you push the knees out. Deep breath in. Stick out your tongue. Release the feet, hug the knees into your chest. Keep your right knee in, straighten your left leg. Supine twist. Open your right arm out towards the right. Lengthen from the right armpit out through the right hip crease. Lightly draw the navel in. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Left knee in, right leg extends and twist. And yes, we're twisting, but as much as you can you think about lengthening? Lengthening first, twisting second. Inhale back to center. Hug both knees into your chest. Rock up to seated just for a second. I want to show you a variation of shoulder stand that you can do to close your practice. So first, Halasana. And this could be a really nice way just to open up the back line from the muscles that line the cervical spine down. You could just do this. Interlace your fingers and stay here. Maybe even shoulder stand. For those of you who want to get a bit creative, I release my hands, bend my right elbow. We'll do it to both sides. If I bend my right elbow, that means my legs go to the left, and I sit my sacrum on my hand. Okay, so there's a shelf here. Claudine, can you turn off the music or down for a second? Thank you. Your left hand, the free one, grabs the pinky toe edge of your right foot, the one that's closest to your face. And then slowly but surely, this left leg reaches over. Notice how my right hand is becoming more and more of a shelf. The further I reach it, the further I bend it, I get a right side hamstring stretch and a left side hip flexor stretch. Come back to center. To the other side. The mics. Okay. Notice how I'm tilting. My left hand becomes a shelf. I grab the pinky toe edge of my left foot with my right hand. And I reach. Okay. The more I pull down, the less I'll be able to reach to the ground. So the more I lift my left leg, my right toes can tap. Boom. Back to center. Try it out. Enjoy. And falling out of this is just like a oop, plop to the side. So lift up, I'll guide you through it. Bring your right hand to your sacrum, which means your legs will move both to the left. Good, nice. Now bring your left hand to the pinky toe edge of your right foot. Good, pull it down a bit. Reach your right leg up and over at an angle so that your hips end up lying down, slowly, lying down on your right hand. Yes, good balance. Nice, Adrian. Boom. Oh, you got it. You can go to the other side. Supposed to, not supposed to. Make sure you do the other side. And coming back to what Hansa said yesterday morning, right? Remember, failing is not making you a failure, right? Failing is a part of life. Falling is a part of life. What counts is how we come back, how we react to it. And you guys are giggling, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Just taking it lightly. A little Krista Cahill for you. Good. So if you're struggling with this, if you fell and it pissed you off, make sure just to smile, laugh it off. It's just yoga. Just turn to the left and say, it's just yoga. Turn to the right and say, it's just yoga. And then extend your legs forward. Take your hands by your side. Close your eyes. Allow that smile on your face to remind you that joy is a choice. You can find joy in the smallest things and let that joy impact your day even more than things that piss you off. Why is it that, things that scare us or things that make us mad tend to have a longer lasting impact? Why not choose joy? Take a deep breath in, breathing in joy from yourself, the people around you, and then open your mouth. Let go of your fear for now. And again, breathe in joy. Open your mouth. Let go of your pain for now, just right now. It won't be gone forever, don't worry. One more inhale, joy. Let go of insecurity. Little kisses from Claudine and I to you. Imagine that those little kisses are landing on your forehead, on your eyes, on your cheeks, and reminding you that you are loved. And you are held. But that also, you can provide that for yourself if you allow. So rest, yogis. Let your trusty magic mat hold you up. Let your tension, your worries, and your fears melt down, just for now. And embrace being human. Shavasana. Drink in your next breath fuller than the last. Let it go. Stretch down through your toes, through your fingers, bringing awareness back into this beautiful being that you are. Reach your right arm next to your right ear. Bend your knees. Roll to the right. Gently graze the mat with your left hand, feeling the earth underneath it, grateful for it holding you up. And then with the eyes lower closed, press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Love you. Now, open your eyes softly and just close this gap, all of the gaps. Come towards the center so that we are all knee to knee. Same thing here. Come towards the center. Everyone move in, sitting knee to knee. Knee to knee. There you go. Good. Yeah, a few lines. You can also filter in on the sides if you want. Bring your left hand to your heart, your right hand to the back of the heart of the person next to you. Close your eyes. Feel your heartbeat. Acknowledging that this beating heart of yours makes you truly a miracle. That this beating heart next to you is truly a gift. Expressing gratitude through our touch, elevating the person next to you just with a touch of your hand. Letting them know they're supported with your hand on your heart, letting yourself know, I got you, self. Take a deep breath in. Inhale. Exhale, bowing to the ground, bowing to the self, bowing to the people around you who shared their energy this morning. Inhale, lifting up, allowing the eyes to open towards the sea. Oh, I guess not, because there's a bunch of trees in front of us. Well, there's breakfast over there. Yay! Namaste, yogis. Big hugs for everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this workshop this morning.